Welcome back, everybody, here to your coverage of the World Cyber Arena 2015. I'm your host for the English live stream, Toby1, as we bring you into our second series of the night. I know you want to see it, so let's go actually directly into that one so you can stop looking at my ugly mug. Our second quarter final. It is Team Empire going up against Ninjas in Pyjamas. The winner will face up against Virtus Pro in the semi-final. But for now, we will head ourselves into the game because that's where the draft is already underway. So Team Empire going up against Ninjas in Pyjamas is our series. First game of the full best of three. No shenanigans coming out in this game. It is all the old-fashioned way. Like, we just do it. We do it like it was 2015. Yeah. All right, Team Empire, NIP. Been a while since I actually got to cast NIP. Team Empire, I think it's been a while since most people got to cast these guys, but still, Team Empire, always a great team to cast, and looking forward to some good aggressive lineups. So we're going to get it a little bit already. Wisp being banned out by Team Empire. Both teams have really made most of this Wisp play in the past. NIP as well as Team Empire are both as guilty as each other for running Wisp, as well as combinations like Tiny, for example. So it's understandable that we don't see those. The Leshrac as well as the Bounty Hunter. Nothing unusual at all. Earthshaker Quap, nothing unusual there. Maybe a little bit unusual the Queen of Pain is picked up so early on, but it's just a Ninjas in Pyjamas thing. They really enjoyed their Queen of Pain. They could have gone for something else, like maybe the Shadow Fiend would be an option, but then you have your classic combo, the SF as well as the Earthshaker together. It's just what you do. But Team Empire, like, they start with their lean up, they follow up with their clockwork. Let's actually give us some in-game audios as well, as that should be unmuted. Yeah, so Lena and Clock, good aggression, good combos together. The hook shot into that Light Strike array. We did see the same combo attempted in our last series, and that didn't really end too well. Or not end the way that you would probably really like to see it end. Okay, so initiation's good. Team Empire starting to look in towards the cores now, so taking out Anti-Mage. There's so many cores though, like taking out AM is a little bit more specific. And would flag to me the fact that maybe Team Empire think about running this Lena as a support, and that Storm Spirit is a little bit more up in their priority list here. Because the Storm always has that problem with a really farmed up Anti-Mage at the end. They should ban out the Bloodseeker instead. Bloodseeker's pretty good up against an Anti-Mage, which makes me then suspect that Ninjas in Pyjamas have other problems. They're thinking about Blink-style heroes. Like the Storm Spirit, he's fine. Maybe they're thinking about like low life heroes that the Bloodseeker are just able to capitalize on. Lena popping that Laguna Blade at the very, very start. If you had something like a Zeus support to back it up, all he's got to do is throw that Thunder God's Wrath out at the start of the fight, and you instantly like have a Bloodseeker that gets buffed before the fight really even begins. Take out the Gyro as well. Easy team fight hero. Would be complicated for the clockwork sometimes. Would depend on the support of Ninjas in Pyjamas, but a simple Earthshake could rotate out to a fissure block would cause issues for the clockwork. We still don't know 100% what's going on with the Ninjas in Pyjamas lineup as far as their supports or core. The Earthshaker is the question mark that we can have here, where you wonder if the Earthshaker is going to be that off-laner for them. And we won't know the answer to that one until we get further into the draft. The Winter Wyvern being picked up leans a little bit more towards the lines. The Earthshaker is going to be a support role, and we get a different off-laner. And then a lot of options. Like one of the most popular ones of late has been that Darkseer, especially in combination with the Winter Wyvern. And Team Empire in a position now where they can't block pick it, because if they do, then they're really stacked too heavily on Clock and Dark, and you have to kind of run this dual off-lane kind of thing.
Reserve time.
But the Darkseer will be fine if Earthshake goes support. The other option is Ninjas in Pyjamas could also just run that ES support. Don't worry about the Darkseer and try and find some aggression, some initiation. Because that's one thing they're really missing. If you go for the Darkseer, you need to get a lot of farm on him to get to that Blink Dagger. Same for the Earthshaker, which means then you're heavily reliant on the Queen of Pain getting her Orchid or her level of control. Like, blinking is one thing, but you need to have control to go with it. And that's where heroes like Spirit Breaker just give you so much. So that is probably going to be the other option too. Skywrath Mage for Team Empire.
Radiant team pick.
Will cause problems for the Darkseer, but it wouldn't cause a lot of problems for the Spirit Breaker. Like Skywrath Mage would just harass the Darkseer down a little bit, and if he needs to, he can just back up. Ninjas in Pyjamas don't have any great clearance either for their jungle camps. That's why the Storm Spirit's still an option. Like, the Anti-Mage was banned out, and we can't forget the Team Empire still also has their questions up in the air of who is support, who is core. So picking up something like a Storm Spirit now for NIP would push the Queen of Pain potentially to the off lane as well. Like, both these teams are so open in their draft, they can do anything they want to. Kind of love that about this draft, in fact. I don't think there's actually any real issues they've got. And they go for a Rubik pickup. So it will be a core Earthshaker in this game, which is never a bad thing. Might have a little bit of trouble up against the Skywrath Mage, but he'll hit level 2 and can just keep Fidget blocking the wave if he's looking for more and more farm. So there's no real problems with that. They are definitely taking their sweet-ass time to get through these picks.
10 seconds remaining.
That's Team Empire. Okay, so Rubik, Earthshaker, Wyvern.
5 seconds remaining.
It's good control, very passive in the laning phase. Unless the Wyvern goes with the Earthshaker, then the Rubik just babysits on the bottom lane. That's another option. And with with the two range supports, this is where I would still like to see someone who can take care of the jungle. They do not have this. This is such a critical part of the current meta, which is the ability to stack and then flash farm the jungle. Now, Team Empire have this in the hands of Lina. Queen of Pain in a way can do it with her Scream, but it's really not efficient. And you want that kind of hit and run and get back out again.
Radiant team ban.
A damage output from Clinks. Had a Clinks game earlier today. That was when VG Gaming played their first match. And they went up against like a Huskar who was going to dominate them in the early stages. Like, it was the perfect situation for a Huskar. All the early fights were lost by the Clinks team. And then Clinks came online. He managed to get a Desolator. And they just absolutely carved through them. So quickly. So final bans now. Ninjas in Pyjamas. They're still at that question mark. Like, the only thing they could do now is think about, okay, do we ban out support or do we ban out the mid laner? Like, who's going to cause real problems for a Queen of Pain in mid? It's not going to be a Clinks. In fact, Team Empire either run the Lina or they don't as the mid. And Ninjas in Pyjamas are going to go on the whole thing of, like, they're going to take out the line. I still feel like this is a great Storm game. Like, even up against the Clinks, if you can get that Lincoln Sphere, you can just ball lightning away, and then the Clinks can't do any damage. You don't have to worry about like getting like a main core, which then requires Ghost Scepters in order to survive, or Winter Wyvern to put them under to make sure the Clinks can't attack, which is already a nice strength of the Winter Wyvern. They need someone that's able to control, get that pick on the Skywrath Mage. The Seal would also cause problems, but you think about the targeted abilities. That's why, like, Lincoln Sphere, I think, is going to be one of those things where, like, the Orchids or the Your Scepters or the Silencers won't have any effect. Use it over on the Storm Spirit, Queen of Pain, then kills you. That's the best plan you could be looking at.
Ten seconds remaining.
All right, so Ninjas in Pyjamas, last pick.
5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
I should go for like a harder core. It still works in a way. Because the Clinks is denied his time when he can do his bonus damage. And then the Omni Slash is a good way of just causing absolute chaos in the fight, where Team Empire are looking for a lot more control. You kill one, you move on to the next, to the next, to the next. That's the way Team Empire like to play this, especially with this draft. And with Winter Wyvern also then causing curse problems. You could buy a lot of space with this Juggernaut just to kick back up. Put the healing ward down means there's some push potential against the towers, which also was non-existent for Ninjas in Pyjamas up until now. So they've got gank potential, they've got team fight potential, and they've got levels of push potential. It's not really strong until the Juggernaut gets more farm, but there's options there. And Team Empire then have to decide.
10 seconds.
So they know the Queen of Pain is going to be in the mid. The lanes are very obvious. Earthshaker off, Juggernaut safe, Quat mid. Rubik and Wyvern just to fit in wherever they're needed. More than likely, the Wyvern or Rubik will show themselves earlier on. And Keeper of the Light kicks in now for Team Empire. So we get a support Coddle to go with the Clinks. The Skywrath Mage, it's a wonderful little combo. How it works in a lane, however, is a completely different kettle of fish. But it will cause real problems for the Earthshaker. Like, his lane right now is absolutely terrible. Because you actually wonder how you get the upper hand here. Because the Earthshaker can block the top lane. That's a nice thing. In fact, the Earthshaker's already got boots and 3 clarity. So this Earthshaker is looking just to roam around and kill off whoever they can find. The Rubik's also got boots, so everyone's about the roaming. Everyone's about the movement. But if we just check it out, so yeah, we've got nothing on Clockwork right now. He TP'd out early to get down this aggressive Observer Ward. But you've got boots, and then nothing. So movement speed-wise, Empire is going to have a lot of rotations by the looks of their draft. While Team Empire... Nip will have a lot of rotations because of their draft. While Team Empire... What, you're running a Clockwork off lane, is just going to block it. No problem whatsoever. You throw Keeper of the Light. And he's going to just start stacking up. And he actually can farm up the jungle a little bit for Team Empire. He can prep a lot too. So what you're able to do is attack into one camp. And then this will drag it up. And then the other one, you can illuminate. And this will push it up and then technically around. So you're able to double stack with just one hero. And if needed, you can also farm with that one hero. So the Keeper of the Light has a lot of options here. And also, always when it flies, the same kind of kettle of fish. You can throw out the orbs and then attack. You just need the vision in order to do so. That's the only catch. Alright. Hey, if you guys want the best solo cast to me, this would probably be it. Bring on the team fight, bring on the play, and bring it on with a good start. Like, he's going to pick up telekinesis here, so you want to get the pickup, and the fissure block is perfect. Always want to fly is in huge amounts of trouble here. He still hasn't even used telekinesis. If they can buy a little bit more time for the control, there's your attack, and now pick him up, throw him over. NIP trying to deny himself up to the Ancients, but can't get there in time. First blood is spilled, and NIP will be the ones in the lead. So Team Empire, well, their laning phase is still going to be good because of this. You threw out the fissure, which means this top lane was able to push up. So Silent gets the space to farm up in his comfort area. Rain already dominated that mid lane. Limp is 1 for 0 up against a 4 for 0 Lina. So that's nice. And the Rubik's a little bit late getting down to the bottom. And you want to have the Rubik to go up against the Clockwork. And this Illuminate spam through the tree line. This will force the Juggernaut to go for the more uncharacteristic build on the Juggernaut of late, which is to go for the earlier point up in Healing Ward. He'll only have to do this once his Salve and Tango are expended. Actually, no, he doesn't. He will actually do it to start with. He didn't have to, but it looks like he's just trying to protect his consumables for later. But most of the builds we're seeing from Juggernauts have been prioritizing spin over almost anything else. And then you also have the that crit. Work your way into your Omni Slash, just in case you do get that one isolated hero. And after that point, then you can get your Healing Ward. Because then you go from the kill potential in the lane to being able to push the lane. That's where the Healing Ward's meant to kick him. That's all about the timing for him. But in this case, you can already see the Juggernaut feeling like he's going to get massively, massively hit. So this is the way around it. The Clockwork and the Coddle. Actually going to level up quite nicely, but the problem I'm seeing now is the fact that you're not really getting anything inside the jungle camps. Like, always when a Flyer's going to go and do that later on. But you can start stacking now, so at like the 4-5 minute mark, this Lina is just capable of moving off the lane just for a short period of time. Flash farm and then come back, and then you can have a surprise level 6. But you need to make that space for him. Limp's already, like, Rain's already making his own space. Like, 9-1. Limp's already so low, the South can't do any work. He'll munch on his last tango, and this gold is a real problem. Limp does not have bottle. He needs to get his bottle up and running. The aluminum from Coddle's going to help him just farm up all these camps as well, and, well, there's no battery assault. He actually hasn't leveled anything yet. So now the Clockwork will level battery assault, screwing with a Rubik, but there's a haste ruined Rubik. They just pick him up, throw him back. He needs to get some space to get these cogs pushes, and now he can do it. Pushing them back, the aluminum's a little bit too far away, but the Fable! It reaches only just from the Rubik, and with the rest of the haste rune, he runs back out to safety. And NIP are now 2-0. If it wasn't for the kill count, I'll say Empire is so far ahead in this game. But NIP, it's all just so close. We're 2.5 minutes in, so that graph doesn't mean jack. But the 2 kills is making it, so Empire just doesn't have a huge, huge advantage. They just have an advantage. Because you've still got the Clinks and the Lina coming online at the right times. That's kind of, for me, what makes this Empire play great. And the fact that Juggernaut can't harass the Keeper of the Light out. Keeper of the Light's managed to get his boots up already, so the Juggernaut is 365 versus 355 movement speed. So the Keeper of the Light is perfectly alright down here. And with the Keeper of the Light too, he's one of these heroes which is like the perfect style of support hero. It's the hero that doesn't have to soak up consumables. It's the hero which you can get Tranquil Boots and then your Chakra on, and you're capable of just staying out in the field the entire time. Which means every bit of extra gold you got goes into Observer Woods, goes into dust, goes into smoke. So you can play the proper 5 position without having to sacrifice yourself too hard. So you almost make yourself like a 4.5 just because of the utility this hero grants, just by his abilities. Alright, so where are you guys up to now? You could chase after the Wyvern. The Wyvern has no cold embrace. And in fact, they just keep contesting this pull point. The Illumina's so good at that. Well, middle lane, it's an easy blink away. The Orb is always going to follow Limp, so there's no way to get free of that. How's our top lane looking? So Mr. Earthshaker already up with the Tranquil Boots. Decided to go the full Tranquils before going in for the Soul Ring. Makes a lot of sense considering the harassment he's going to take on the lane. He needs to be able to just not walk all the way back to base. Like, his only other option was to go for a bottle, but bottling up against Clinks and Lina and Skywrath, like, the ability to control these runes is very, very low. So the chance of being successful at that, yeah, it's just not worth it. So he keeps the Tranquil Boots up. The Clarities will keep him up for now as well as far as mana goes. So he's got Fissure Blocks, or potential to harass or get last hits with it. So it's perfectly alright with that. But this Earthshaker really just is battening down the hatches and trying to survive. So these kind of moments are annoying, but he won't die to it. Like, he's just more of a... Like, he just stole the regeneration rune, which is perfect, because it means now the Lina can't get extra farm up at all. Because she would just spam out her abilities, hit the level 6, and then pop Queen of Pain. But now they've both got a bottle courier, so yeah, this courier is coming out. It needs to empty the bottle of rain, or fill the bottle of rain, I should say. And this has to happen in a decent amount of time. They're both going to hit level 6 roughly the same time, but Rain doesn't have the mana to pop his combo at the moment, where Limp, he's a lot closer to doing so when he hits level 6. Looks like bottom lane, telekinesis pick up, throw him back. Splinter Blast is available, but it's not really as effective unless you've got more heroes around. Actually getting burned out, chill. So Clockwork is able to get away to safety. So there's that fissure farming. Ensure the big ones, ensure the money. Get to that Soul Ring and Tranquils, and then it's a lot nicer for this Earthshaker, who's still only got like 5 for 0 on him. It's not a comfortable position. Juggernaut's rapidly approaching level 6, so Clockwork will have to show a lot more restraint on this offlane once the Juggernaut does get to that point. Especially now the Juggernaut's got the face boost, he can close the distance a lot faster, and his harassment damage is also good, so it doesn't even have to rely on the Omni Slash in order to get something. Right now, middle lane, Fissure, well, it's going to connect, and also with a Sonic Wave. Just a nice execution from NIP. They were coming from 3 different sides, the Rubik as well. The Rubik was never going to get there in time. The only way the Rubik would have an advantage... Alright, is that Clockwork? Yeah, that Clockwork's dead. The only way the Rubik was going to get an advantage is if Lina went a little bit too far over. Now Always on a Fly is walking directly into him. Pick him up, throw him back as far as he possibly can, body block up the rune a little bit, and now give the Fate Bolt. The Fidget's back off cooldown, so Always on a Fly is going to drop 5 for 0. NIP are off to a blinder of a start as far as the kills go. There is still this issue of the Clinks. There is still this very big issue of the Clinks, who now has his Soul Ring coming out in the Courier. So that's great for him. But the fact that Juggernaut can also pick off the Clockwork means this Clockwork, his roaming initiations are nowhere near as effective as the Earthshaker. And I say that already when the Earthshaker's got 1 kill and 2 assists to his name. So the offlaner for NIP is being a lot more effective, even though he has a quarter of the CS of the Clockwork. This will change once Clockwork hits level 6, because he does have the Tranquil Boost as well as the Stick Charges. So that's fine for Team Empire. So now they go again. That Shadow Strike and Fade Bolt. They need 1 extra attack to get it. And actually, they get the pick up on the Lina. Limp has the Scream, and well, he's making his choice. He's looking at the Courier instead. Can't get both, can't get all. The Earthshaker's roaming up, but this Observer Ward's watching the movement anyway. This little sucker right here. It was planted shortly after the Earthshaker rotated in through the top river. So it was a plan for the future so the Earthshaker couldn't do the same thing again. And Rain not getting caught by surprise. And the Earthshaker walks back out again. So this ward's already paid for itself. It's saved the Lina. And now Silent is on the hunt. He's able to find one. A little bit left, a little bit of time left for the Ghost Walk, but he doesn't have any points up in Strafe. So it's pure damage he's getting. He has a Treasure Ring of Aquila, but with no points up in Strafe, he can't really solo kill. I'm interested to see too if he gets scouted out as he gets back, he'll pop out of Invis where there's no Radiant Observer Ward, so that's good for him. He goes back to his farming. So Death Pact to maybe combine up with the Clockwork. He's still at level 6, however. So this only works if they take the bait of the Clockwork. And Clockwork actually cannot bait right now. He doesn't have mana. He needs 125 mana to make a combo work, aka Cogs and Battery Assault. At the same time, oh man, the Sentry Wards are dropped. What a time to do it too. They drop another one to pick up Silent, pull him back. These Sentries into the Omni Slash, they find the kill. Oh, that's big. The Earthshaker may die on top lane, but it's the first big rotation to come in from the Clinks, and you find yourself a kill. That is huge right there. Yeah, the Earthshaker dies. Lina and Skywrath Mage combined for that one, so that's a good rotation coming from Rain to make that work. But he also used his Laguna Blade to get that kill. The cooldown's not really that massive, so he's fine with that. In fact, it might be better for Empire, the fact that this Lina now catches up. Because it means she can get to her Yule Scepter a lot quicker. And then you got control factor over the Queen of Pain. You blink him, you Yule Scepter. And you just go to town that way. So Skywrath's going to get a lot more space in the top lane, which means Mystic Flare combos start to come online as well. The rotation timing from Team Empire is always going to be that other question. Like, Silent wants to go for kills. They've managed to clean up most of this jungle now. And even though Team Empire is in a position where they're so far behind in kills, they still control this game. Just because they've controlled so much of this farm. Concussor Shot will buy a little bit more time for Silent to attack, but it took too long to hit. So we can't dive underneath the tower. Limp getting a little unlucky with the bounty room, while Lina now gets a haste rune. And if she just triggers the haste rune, a Slave and Laguna, and that's a kill on the Earthshaker.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He goes into the trees, and Rain, actually not going to dig for this. Fidget's still available, going to get the stun. Clinks, still in range of the tower, but Limp, he can't really commit. There's a small hole for the fissure, which is where Empire was also able to escape out of. But they bail out. So NIP commit heavy TPs to this top fight. But they don't really get anything from it. Maybe now they can. With a swipe movement, they can come onto the ward. And Rain is in a world of hurt. Sonic Wave, Fade Bolt, they just dunk him down. This will bring the Rubik very close to level 6. He actually should hang around here in the mid lane and crack his level 6. But he's too busy doing the D-ward. So another good rotation. And this swings it back again. These kills are keeping NIP in the game. At the same time, this Keeper of the Light's getting a lot more point booster on him. The Aghanim Scepter is a huge upgrade as well. Because that allows the Clinks to hunt, but still come back for the split push. Same thing for Lina or even Clockwork in a way, where he can prep for attacks, and if things don't go 100% according to plan, you just recall him back in again. Now, Winter Wyvern, Cogs and Battery Assault. The Cold Embrace works against him in this scenario. He's got no other way to get back out. Can't Arctic Burn once the steal is there. Omni Slash is going to be soaked up a little bit more. Silent, he doesn't see him. The Silent gets away. The Echo Send will fly out. But, well, the damage is only taken by the Clockwork. He will end up popping.
Bloody murder.
But Team Empire, they keep Silent alive, which is a lot more important. Flying Lane just making sure Earthshaker doesn't have any ideas of finding kills. Rain. He's not going to do anything to that Quap. Easy blink away. This Limp now can start farming up. Well, there's no real stacks. Like, that's the only stack they've got right now. How's the Dire Jungle looking again?
Radiant's middle tower.
No big stacks, just a crap ton of golems. And a lot of experience and gold that's being wasted up here on the top lane that no one's farming up. But Rain's on his way for that one. He's very close to that Yule Scepter of his.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So he just needs a little help to complete it. Here's the Clockwork has level 6 and that hook shot's online. So Rain, in comes the Yule Scepter. So this is very difficult for NIP to initiate on him now. Except the Queen of Pain could also... She might be looking for the same kind of thing. But the Clinks is not. Like, the days of the Orchid Clinks are long since past. Especially when you have a Clinks on the Dire side. Your ability to kill off Roshan is just so easy. You want to go for the Desolator. Not to mention the Desolator is so much cheaper now. There's just a better item transition. The only reason why you want to go for the Orc is because you think there's a whole bunch of intel heroes you're very certain you can kill off. And this Queen of Pain... Yeah, the Clinks wouldn't be certain he could.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
NIP play this smart too. They move up to the top lane. They want this tower just to go down as quick as they can, or to get a kill. The Observer was nice and aggressive. They drop down the sentry ward as well, and they see Silent. This is the second time he's walked into a sentry ward. That one even helps block up camps if they need it. The rest of Team Empire now are converging on bottom. And that's why the Juggernaut backs up. And the Rubik also goes for a run. A level 3 Skeleton Walk stolen. And what he'd love to do is pick up that Aghanim. Actually, he doesn't even need the Aghanim Scepter to get the upgraded version of Keeper of the Light's Illuminate. All he's got to do is just grab Illuminate after Keeper of the Light's in Ghost form. And Keeper of the Light's dead. You can turn and kill that. But he doesn't know what else is behind it. That's probably his larger concern. And rightly so. There's 3 smoked heroes. And in fact, it's about to become 4 heroes. They're recalling in Silent. So they're ready for the fight. Always on a fly. The smoke's going to break. It's still Rubik inside the Skeleton Walk. They're not really ready for this. There's no detection for an invis hero because NIP don't have one. Until Rubik. Now the Observer gets planted. Okay, that was instantly counted. If your smoke breaks, then you have to, like... That might have just been a missed call from Silent where he just didn't let them know that he gave Skeleton Walk away. So it ends up turning into a tower trade-off, one ward lost. This TP is very confident. They start with a curse. Loxin always want to fly. The Fidget can control. In fact, always want to fly left high and dry by his teammate. TP'd in, but there was no fight to be had there. Small holes for Team Empire in decision-making here is can it finally give NIP the advantage back at the net worth graph, as well as experience. Let's keep it light being a real nuisance. Only 1,100 gold away from that Ags.
Radiant's middle tower is
I know I keep harping on about it, but it's that license to be free across the map for Team Empire. It's also a daytime buff up for the fights. Because what it really gives is that big burst heal as well. Coming in for a fight. The Rubik again inside a skeleton walk. They walk right past each other. Can walk over towards Raid. He doesn't have any detection. Does Skywrath Mage? Nope. And now the Fissure will finally hit Team Empire. I mean, the Fissured Wave will finally hit Team Empire. So Limp with his haste rune. Enjoy that during the next fight, not to mention the level 2 Sonic Wave that's already up. 450 damage. That'll remove most of the Skywrath Mage as well as half of the Lina. And now the Blink Dagger as well over for the Earthshaker. They gave a lot of space to NIP Empire. So for all the money they've got, they've still given NIP the items to pay the bills and get the kills. And that's why this is just going to keep coming up. Because they're not farming as efficiently anymore. The Klink still doesn't have that Desolator. He's now actually going to get scouted out by the Rubik. And they have the Sentry Ward down so they can see him and they throw a secondary Sentry. Limp, Sonic Wave. Oh, he's waiting for Silent to come back up. They can still perfectly see him as well as the Observer Ward. What they're worried about is more support rotating over. Actually, bigger downside is one of those sentries is probably going to get countered because Silent got attacked there. But it's not going to take out the Obs Ward, so they're fine. Now TP's up. Echo Slam! Oh my! Limp will take the triple kill with a perfect Sonic Wave, but it was all set up by the Earthshaker, and there will be an Ultra kill for Limp. That escalated bloody quickly. An Ultra kill. NIP 15-2. They have just destroyed the Russians. Swedish Reign Supreme. NIP, oh my! What a use of a Blink Dagger, the first one! NIP, just let the grass rise, let everything rise!
Dire's middle tower is under
I might be sitting down right now, but I'm giving NIP a standing ovation. And what do you do after that? Queen of Pain is now up to 9,000 gold, which means its Aghanim Scepter is about to be fully completed. The Juggernaut's got enough money for his mana style, so the Clockwork now, even when he hook shots in, doesn't have anything. There's no Blade Mail to return any level of this damage anyway. And the Clinks for this Desolator still needs another Mithril Hammer, but after that Dunkage, you're still going to be so cautious going in towards Roshan. You understand that Roshan is a no-go zone. You're not strong enough to fight. Not after a moment like that. Oh. That will be on every highlight reel from here to Kingdom Come.
Dire's middle tower.
Ask for permission, noob. Where you want to go, Jug? Bottom lane? Lina? What a good time to have an Invis room. But they dropped the sentry. And NIP have just had such great presence of mind. Now, Lina could try and come out here and fight. If she does, it's the biggest mistake of her life. Juggernaut is the obvious bait. That's why NIP have become tree huggers. The Rubik runs forward. He's actually still got Mystic Flare stolen from that previous fight. Rain's still looking for that opening. He's still be careful about the sentry ward that's there. That's the other problem that could be coming.
Radiant's top tower is under
So we're
attack.
15-2. 5,000 net worth advantage. 7,000 in the experience. The only man I think that can bring this back is Silent. His rotations, his pickoffs. I think the Earthshaker's waiting to try and pick him off again. A blink into Fissure. He can keep that control going. They trigger the dust. They find Silent. He just wants that tower. He can't. Actually, he will get it. The Earthshaker will ensure the kill. So I suppose he doesn't die in vain. He still gets the extra 500 gold for his team as opposed to the denied tower. But Omni Slash, well, Skywrath Mage was just killed by his teammate because he intercepted up. They go into the spin. There's no way to really dodge that. You're trying to buy enough space that you'd get the space. You got a freaking hook shot on this Rubik. Aha! So you get the money. The Desolator is getting closer. But your Skywrath Mage is food. The Yule set her up from the Lena saved herself. Like that was all that really happened there. Plus everything else. The Juggernaut's now ready to push. Let's get the Mithril Hammer up. Once he gets a BKB, there's nothing that stops him. The Klink's damage just doesn't even really exist anymore. They push through the tier 1 tower. No hook shot right now for the Rubik. Obviously, he threw it out previously. But you got Winter's Curse available. They put down the Observer Ward in a very old-fashioned position. Come back to that after this probable next engagement, which is the Rubik. Up in the air, the Fissure means he can't Laguna Blade combo. He will actually get it off, but Rubik, he's still able to tank through it. It's not pure damage yet. No, she still turns it! Oh! Oh, that is just brutal! Not only is Team Empire being crushed, they are having their spirit destroyed. As a ginger, I know about souls being destroyed. An Empire, everything is taken from them. Nothing is given back. And they may lose another one. The Keeper of the Light, he comes in for the Blinding Light, but look at the Earthshaker knows where he is. He could blink up, but he's not taking the chance. The Juggernaut isn't in a position to fight right now. They haven't got 4-stars up yet. Alright, moment is here, Silent. This is the moment. He has the Desolator up. Maybe they can stop this Roshan from happening. With a double damage rune as well on the Juggernaut. They've worked through a lot of Roshan, but they're worried about the Empire jump-in. They don't want to give Empire a way to get back into this game. Which is the exact right thing to do. Empire is just happy. They can even just force down the tower if they want to. That's exactly what Empire NIP should be doing. They've got to get rid of this map control for Team Empire. Because the problem you're going to have is Silent right now could just move to the top lane and push down the lane. And by doing so, takes out the tower or forces the rotations to come in. But that also then means like he just gets called back by Coddle and he doesn't miss out in the fight. So yeah, we're actually seeing exactly that. Where Empire realize that the side lane push is their way that they can control NIP. That's why this Desolator is so huge. It's not because of the damage increase. It's actually more because of the ability to force down these buildings and make NIP very concerned about it. Now NIP is actually, well, okay, that one melee creep kind of caused problems. Gonna miss a concussive shot, the Echo Slam again! Two-man Fissure as well. It's a double kill in for the Juggernaut. Into the Omni Slash. It's gonna be the Queen of Pain to kill secure with a Sonic Wave. The Clockwork's dropped as well. The spirits are still not broken of Team Empire. Silent's like, alright, you can take Roshan. I'll take your top tier 2 tower. Savvy? Oh my.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So at least they can take this tier 2 tower, but Roshan doesn't take long. He was already injured. The Earthshaker. He can blink to Fissure, so if they mass TP up, now they could try and give this a shot. And there's the first TP, first Fissure. And Ashley, the body block, he can't get out! It's so beautiful! It's so beautiful! Earthshaker has played this absolutely superbly. Give this man a medal. And then give him another one. Because he has earned his stripes multiple times. The Juggernaut, what's he going to get? That's Ogre Club. That should also be Glimmer Cape then. So BKB and Glimmer Cape is now completed. Yes and Wise. The gem. Wait, hang on, that's not his. course it's not his. They won the fight hands down. They stole Empire's gem as well. The net worth is up so damn high, and the experience. This one hope I had of Silent now. He actually needs the BKB in order to fight up against NIP. Like, he missed his chance for the split push. Even that tier 2 tower was able to survive the entire time. And he keeps getting called out, so even if he does have the BKB, the timing from this ES has just been absolutely perfect. I don't see any other way where you can stop him. The recall's coming in, and at the right time, Silent. Straight back out again. Waste a little bit of time with NIP. But NIP are fine with this. This should be the BKB as well for the co-op. Yup! The BKB is up. The Juggernaut's even on his way to a damage deal item next. Like, with the S and Y as well as the BKB of his own and drums, he's already got enough stats. There's no Monkey King bar or anything like this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Might even get to a point too where you can buy Vlads on just one of the supports. But the Earthshaker's got Blink and 4-star, so he's having a great time. This Clockwork is a non-factor. Like, still doesn't have anything. So they're dragging everyone back, and they pick up the Keeper of the Light. This actually strands them on bottom lane. The TPs are forced to actually be used, but that just means the Clockwork is pulled all the way back up.
Radiant's middle tower
Injured the second he arrives.
Radiant structures are
Where's that healing ward? Okay. Already down. Skywrath Maze trying to keep them at bay, but the fortification's been burnt. The Klinx is looking for the trade-off with the tier 2 tower. And he will be successful. He'll take the tier 2 tower, but he's going to lose the tier 3 tower on the top in trade. And probably Rax. They actually dropped 2 sentries, again, over-committal of sentries, but they really want to get this melee Rax. For some reason, Rubik is the man that's waiting, but he's also managed to steal Chakra from the Keeper of the Light. Not what he wants again, he wants to actually have something like Illuminate. That'll be a little bit more of a dream. They got Echo Slam, they got everything off cooldown. All ultis are up for NIP. Where these last fights, they have no fear about taking an engagement. The spin up from the Juggernaut still lets them attack the building in the meantime. Illuminate will fly out, only hits on Limp. And Stance is being pulled back into base. He needs to be here for the defense. The Ags arrive on the Lina. I still don't think this will be enough. They're just so damn tanky. Limp's to the front lines, Juggernaut's here as well. BKBs are available, and now the hookshot with the seal. They can pop it, but no! They just don't have it. The Juggernaut's cold embraced up. They'll manage to burn through Limp, but then in with the Omni Slash. A lot of it wasted on that Eul Scepter Lina, but there's so many of them. The Clockwork will buy back. The initial damage from the Earthshaker is what gave him the power to win that. 4-star him, Cold Embrace 1 second. He blinks away, and now will Glimmer Cape, which will keep him alive. They'll Cold Embrace him back up again. The melee ranks is taken, the range as well. Empire expanded already, 1 buyback on the Clockwork. But what else do they have? There's nothing in the bank. There's no buybacks for Team Empire. They've lost their top racks. Yeah, Omni Slash is down, but they're also looking at that Clockwork. No, Fidget can't reach anything. They're just back up now. They've taken top racks, they've taken the fight, they've taken everything of Empire's. The advantage is just stretching so high. A team that's 28 for 2 is staying in this game. Team Empire, they must feel like they're still away. I think their only way is that BKB on the Klinx so we can send and fight, but even then, like, look at the money coming in. I don't think the Klinx can do jack. A 4-star to blink to Echo Slam. The Earthshaker will take you out straight away. There's Eul Scepter now, so we can even survive to a point where he might blink in Echo Slam. Eul Scepter up one of the targets that maybe even the Klinx to take him out before he can drop back down the ground and get his BKB off. Let's Limp get in position. The BKB still doesn't protect him from Limp's Aghanim Scepter. And Limp's already got this Aghanim Scepter up, so what is this 3k goal going to go towards? The Juggernaut is actually building a Battle Fury at this point. Like, that's... Like, it's already disgusting you're building a Battle Fury on a Juggernaut. Yeah. I think this is over. I actually think this is truly over. The path to come back doesn't exist. The BKB won't do enough. Even if that is what he purchased. And Silent, he still hasn't spent the money. Doesn't have the money. Doesn't have the tower. No one from Empire comes to defend them. They have no vision of NIP. The Juggernaut now has the Battle Fury done, but not on himself. And look at the Rubik. Like, when Rubik's got this much confidence with a blink and a 4-stuff, I don't blame him. He just burned through everything. He's got Liar Strike Erase. We want to telekinesis into a grab. That opening would have been enough that NIP would take a second lane of racks. The only thing that will stop them from taking a third is that tier 2 tower that's still up in the mid. That's the downside. So they're going to smoke up. The big man is not alive yet. The Courier just flew over the top of it, so NIP are very well aware of this. And they'll look towards that bottom tower. 29 for 2. Like, it's actually the complete reverse 3-2-2 at this point. If Empire actually do manage to find a kill, I would be surprised. They're probably going to lose everyone for the next fight. I'm trying to remain positive here, but everywhere you look, like even now on top lane, so Silent's farming up here. The Earthshaker is still capable of almost solo controlling him. He probably can't kill Silent, but now he'll see him. Echo Slam, as well as the Fissure. All the Suns connect, and he's got the gem. The Yule Set was still there, and Rubik manages to get there in time to ensure the kill. This is the situation you're in, where your #1 hero, your Clinks, is incapable of surviving against... Well, it is still the offlaner initiation. It did require a Rubik to come in with a Fade Bolt, but those two heroes can take care of your core. What happens when you bring the Juggernaut and the Queen of Pain into the mix? And Queen of Pain looks like she's either going to go for Shivas or Scythe. Both are good options. I think Anthony right now is a good option for him. Anthony Winchelsea can control this fight. They'll prefer to get the Clockwork down. He's got better abilities to control. Ignore the Skywrath Mage. That Mystic Flare doesn't do any damage. It's still only level 1 Mystic Flare. So they just choose the Clockwork instead. With the tier 2 tower down, it's time to take out the mid-racks. And Team Empire keep fighting. A reminder, this is only game #1. This is not the second game. Team Empire. Woo! Okay. The pushback. Limp gets glimmered and BKB'd. The curse is down. Alright, alright. I think Team Empire have basically beaten this horse so hard. GG. GG. It is not going to be the 3-2-2. It'll be the 3-4-2 in this game. The 3-4-2 representing the fact that you never give up. You never surrender. It was hopeless, but they still fought on. And maybe they can come up with a plan for game #2. We'll have ourselves a break as Team Empire. Not only did they win that fight. I mean, not only did NIP win that fight, like they had possibly some of the greatest control. The greatest control. The Rubik and the Earthshaker worked so overtime. Those two guys right there made it play. And in fact, you just want to give massive props. The ES place is what won this game of Dota. The Queen of Pain did a wonderful job. I'm not going to take anything away from her or from the Juggernaut, but man, that Echo Slam on top, that's a moment you'll never forget. I'm not going to. Hopefully you'll stick around. We'll be coming back after this short break for more action from WCA.